Everyone, if you've ever had that dream of building a business that doesn't just stay local but goes global, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to build out the essential toolkit for any international entrepreneur.
So let's just jump right in with the big question, right? What does it actually take to build a global business from the ground up? I'll tell you, it's a lot more than just having a killer idea. It's about having the right mindset, the right skills, and of course, the right strategy.
And here's how we're going to map all of that out. First, we're going to figure out what a global founder even is. Then, we'll dive into their DNA, what makes them tick. After that, we'll explore 2 different ways to scale up globally, check out a masterclass from Alibaba, and finally, we'll talk about how your journey can start, well, right now.
Okay, first things first, let's define the global founder. Before we can talk strategy or skills, we have to know exactly who we're talking about, especially in the super connected world we live in today.
Let's start with the word we all know, entrepreneur. But what does it really mean? It's not just someone who owns a business, they're a spark. The key words here are initiates and accepting risk. They are driven to build something new, to innovate, and to create change, not just to manage what already exists. That's a huge difference.
So what happens when you add that magic word, international, to the front of it? Well, things get a whole lot bigger. An international entrepreneur takes that same drive, but their playground is the entire world. They're constantly scanning for opportunities beyond their home country, figuring out how to manage people and money in different places all at the same time.
And you might be asking, why is this so critical right now? Because, well, look around. The world has never been more connected. Globalization opens up these massive new markets, but it also means you're competing with companies you've never even heard of. Technology like AI is a complete game changer, and you've got to navigate all these different cultures and some pretty serious global risks. Standing still just isn't an option anymore.
So if that's the world they're playing in, what kind of person actually succeeds in it? What's baked into their DNA? That brings us right to our next section. We're going to decode the essential traits and skills you need to have.
It's really a balancing act. You absolutely have to have the hard skills. You've got to know your way around a balance sheet, understand marketing, and be able to plan. But honestly, that's only half the battle. Without the soft skills, great communication, real leadership, creative problem solving, and being super adaptable, the best business plan on earth is just a piece of paper. True success happens right where those 2 lists meet.
And it goes even deeper than skills. We're talking about core personality traits. The best international entrepreneurs, they don't just deal with change, they embrace it. They have this fire inside them to achieve, a clear vision of where they're going, and, this is a big one, a high tolerance for ambiguity. Because let's face it, the global market is messy and unclear. And holding it all together, a rock-solid sense of integrity and a true belief in teamwork. Now, all of those skills and traits we just talked about, they all plug into this one central concept, the global mindset. This is the secret sauce. It's the operating system that runs everything else. It's this ability to see the world as a complex system, to actually welcome change, and to really get the international context. Without this, everything else kind of falls apart.
All right, so you've got the mindset. You've got the skills. Now what? How do you actually do it? Let's look at 2 different paths to going global, and we'll see how the classic approach stacks up against the modern one.
The traditional way is what's known as the Uppsala Model. Think of it like dipping your toes in the water before you dive in. You start at home, get really good at that, then you carefully start exporting to countries that are nearby and culturally similar. You learn the ropes, maybe open a small sales office, and only way down the line do you even think about producing things overseas. It's slow, it's cautious, and it's all about learning as you go.
But today's world moves a lot faster, doesn't it? And this is where the Born Global company comes in. These companies, thanks to technology, don't think step by step. They have a global vision from the absolute first day. They don't just dip a toe in, they launch in multiple countries at once. They're not waiting to learn from years of experience. They're driven by innovation to grow incredibly fast. It's a completely different way of thinking. And there is no better example of a born global company than this one. Let's dig into our case study, the Alibaba playbook. This is the story of how one company literally changed the game for global e-commerce.
Alibaba's story is just incredible. It started in 1999 with a very clear global mission: connect small and medium-sized businesses in China with the rest of the world. And from there, it was just a rocket ship. They launched their domestic site, Taobao, in 2003, landed a huge partnership with Yahoo in 2005, and then in 2014, they had the biggest IPO in history. Just wow.
And the scale of their global vision is just mind-boggling. We're not talking about a handful of countries. Today, Alibaba serves customers in over 200 countries and territories. I mean, just think about that. That's basically everywhere. And that massive reach means a massive number of users. Over 1 billion people. That means about 1 out of every 8 people on this planet is actively using an Alibaba platform every single year. The scale is hard to even comprehend.
So what does all that add up to? Market dominance. Alibaba controls roughly a quarter, 1/4 of the entire global e-commerce market. This didn't happen by accident. This was all by design.
So, what can we learn from this playbook? What are the big takeaways? Well, 4 things really stand out. Number 1, have that global vision from day one. Number 2, use technology as your main weapon. 3, really understand local cultures and adapt. One size does not fit all. And finally, be on the lookout for opportunities in emerging markets.
Which, of course, brings us back to you. We've defined the player, we've looked at the DNA, we've studied the playbook. So now, let's talk about how your journey starts and how you can get ready for that global stage.
Look, here's a clear 4-step game plan. Step 1 is all about education. Learn languages, study different cultures, soak it all up. Step 2, build your network. Go to events, get on LinkedIn, connect with people from all over the world. Step 3, start thinking like an innovator. What's a product that the whole world could use? And step 4, just do it. Practice. Start a small project, experiment, and learn from what happens. I want to leave you with this amazing quote. Our life is about collecting and connecting the dots. The more dots we have collected, the more chances we have to connect them into answers. Every class you take, every new person you meet, every single experience, that's a dot. And as a future international entrepreneur, your job is to start collecting those dots right now. So my question to you is, what dot are you going to collect today?